Hello and good morning, afternoon, or evening to anybody listening or watching. Probably just listening right now. Sorry I'm a little late. Get logging into the game right now and we can get started as soon as that's done. So, as I stated on Twitter, if you were here on the 9th, you haven't missed anything. I did not stream last week at all. I might stream this Thursday at the time specified, which would be, if I remember right, shoot. One second, let me do some math here. At around 2 p.m. UTC, and going until around 10 p.m. UTC. We'll see how I'm feeling, because obviously I didn't do that last week like I said I might, but I would like to get a larger chunk of questing done than I have been, just because I only feel like I'm getting 1 to 2 quests in every Tuesday, and that feels a little lackluster, for lack of a better word. And as some may remember, left off with the quest Where There's a Will at the Weatherly Estate, and next we're going to Ostumir to finally finish that first quest of the MSQ. Alright, and I just got in, waiting for my connection to stabilize. Okay, there we go. Golden. Alright. So, I will show you the game. Alright, here we are. Still at the Weatherly Estate. And the only reason I'm still here and not back in Skingrad is because I want to grab this way shrine that is really close by. And might as well take care of some jackals. I still need that treasure. Didn't get it. Sad face. But as you can see on the compass, there's a way shrine right here. And I would like to grab it. There we go. Onto this way shrine. And I will take us back to the outskirts of Skingrad. Just so that it's nice and clear where I'm going. I'm not teleporting in, or not teleporting. I'm not using the way shrine in Skingrad because that, I feel like that place might be too cluttered. Just in case anybody's trying to follow along. We'll wrap around to the left, to the southwest. And while I'm running, I'm gonna check which quest I have. Okay. Just want to make sure I was on the right quest. There, I do see a lore book over here. Getting slightly distracted. I hope everybody's okay with it. I like my completionism. Okay, there's that one. And there's 2 more over this way.
Yeah, let's hit the trail.
Okay, this one must be quest related because it's not here. But this one is not. Alright. And then back on my mount. And here's the road. Right here. Alright. Continuing on the way to Ostumir. do like that they still have these plants that attack. I don't know how lore accurate it is, considering those plants were, I believe, introduced predominantly in Murkmire. And I don't know. I'm not a ecologist, I guess, so I wouldn't know how far plants can travel. But it looks like somebody's in need.
Help. It's all destroyed.
Right before we get to Ostumir, so this might be related.
Did you feel it, traveler? The ground shook so hard that what remained of our poor village crumbled around me. I can still hear my neighbor's cry as the roof fell on her. I'm sorry, it's just all too much.
Can you tell me more about what happened to your village?
Ostumir. It used to be lovely. Then that horrid jungle sprang out of nowhere and drove us out. We wanted to reclaim our homes, but I don't see that happening now. Not with so many dead. Oh, I do hope that nice wood elf found more survivors.
So it was right. This is related. What nice wood elf?
Baragon. He came to Ostumir looking for his friend. Greenspeaker Sorrelin, I believe he said her name was. After the disaster, he didn't hesitate to help. You should join him. He's looking for survivors and could use a hand.
I'll do that. I'll find Baragon and see how I can help.
You'll find Baragon on the road outside Ostumir, just to the north of the village. He built a small camp for the survivors. Tell him I sent you. And any aid you can give will be appreciated, traveler. It's rare to find much kindness in this world.
Agreed. Tell me more about Ostumir if you can.
I watched our little village grow from a few tents to actual structures. It was a beautiful place. And then the forest suddenly grew up around us, trees and vegetation bursting through the paved streets and displacing buildings. We fled in terror.
And then the ground shook?
No, the forest sprang up months ago. Some of us decided to return, try to reclaim our village from this unnatural jungle. It was going well, too. Then the ground started to shake and what was left of Ostumir started falling down around us.
Why didn't you stay at the camp?
I'm not sure. I was hurt by debris. Then I just started walking. I stopped here to rest. Then you stopped by. Ostumir truly belongs to this jungle now. But maybe you can help any survivors? You and that nice Baragon.
I'll do my best. The stream will be right back. I'm just gonna mess with some volume settings. And I'm not going anywhere, just the visuals. I feel like the dialogue volume could use a boost. There. Let's see how that goes. That should hopefully be better. Well, I thought this was
another rogue come to take what's left.
Thought this was the camp, but I guess not. Rander Nemarset.
Oh, Julianus be praised. A friendly face. It seems the roads are far more dangerous than I was led to believe. We stopped to enjoy the breeze when a crazed brigand came out of nowhere and robbed us.
One brigand did all this? Question mark?
One masked brigand and a pack of horrid beasts she commanded. Frelgotha did everything she could to protect me, bless her heart. But the thief made off with my entire dowry. Now I haven't a napkin ring to present to my future bride.
Where did the brigand run off to?
She disappeared into the nearby Firelight Cave. Adventurer, if you can recover my 4 dowry bundles, I promise to make it worth your while. Every scrap of silk and muddy jewel could save me from becoming the laughingstock of Skingrad.
Sure, I'll search Firelight Cave for your stolen dowry.
It took years to negotiate a fair dowry for the Verdullis family's eldest daughter. To come this close to a life of leisure, only for some flea-infested scoundrel to dash my dreams? Please, search Firelight for my dowry. I beg of you.
Who's the Verdullis family?
They are a very powerful mercantile family, and any misstep could spell disaster for my marriage proposal. It's been a grueling year of negotiations between our families. Would you believe I haven't even met my bride-to-be?
You've never met your bride?
Absurd, I know, but it's almost more romantic. The tidal forces of commerce leaving us marooned on the shores of love. We've written each other, of course, and beneath the polite formalities, I do believe a moral nurtures a spark of love for me.
What if you don't like each other?
That's hardly a reason not to get married. My parents built a lumber empire despite hating each other. Of course, without my dowry, none of this matters. Not to press, but even a small portion returned could save my marriage.
I'd like to know more about who attacked you.
It was horrible being surrounded by snarling beasts. And the brigand, wearing a ghastly mask I might add, started barking orders at us. It was either I surrender the dowry or forfeit my life.
And you said she controlled the beasts?
By magic or might, I'm unsure, but yes, they seemed to follow her every command. Once the beasts were between us and the dowry, she swooped in and stole caskets and coffers filled with gems, jewelry, spices, and silks. I need them back.
Very well, I'll search Firelight for your dowry.
Please, find what you can of my dowry and I'll compensate you handsomely.
And be wary of the Theriker. They aren't to be trifled with.
So, I have two options here. I could either go into the delve and complete that, or go to Ostumir. Based on the descriptions of each quest, the Ostumir one is more time sensitive, so I will be doing that. Also helps me keep my promise to you guys. That we'd be doing more story stuff today. More main quest stuff.
Let's help these people.
Hey, Baragon.
Didn't get enough of me while fighting the recollection in Grotwood, hmm?
Okay. The voices are still too low. So I'm gonna put them up even further.
Didn't get enough of me while fighting the recollection in Grotwood, hmm? No time to catch up, though, friend. I have injured people here and more still in the village of Ostumir. How about we get them out safely before the ground shakes again?
I think that's better. What happened here?
Greenspeaker Sorrelin sent me a letter, asked me to meet her here. After I arrived, the ground rumbled like an angry timber mammoth. Whole buildings collapsed, trapping people. When the new forest appeared, it damaged the village. This may end it.
The new forest?
Apparently, a few months back, what was once rolling hills and rich Colovian farmland was suddenly engulfed by this great forest. Look, help me rescue more Ostumir survivors. Then we can find Sorrelin. I can toss you some coin for your efforts.
Don't worry, I'll help you rescue the villagers and search for Greenspeaker Sorrelin.
Inside the village, listen for any calls for help. People could be buried under rubble or trapped inside collapsed buildings. Just watch out for the strange beasts. They appeared after the ground shook. And keep an eye out for Greenspeaker Sorrelin.
Tell me about Ostumir.
It's a typical Colovian village, or rather, it was, known for fishing and trade. As I understand it, when this forest sprang up a few months ago, it caused massive damage and drove the villagers away. They were starting to return when this happened.
We're pretty close to Valenwood, aren't we?
Very. And this new forest, it's like Valenwood jumped the river and spread here. I remember when Ostumir was founded. Someone else thought it was a prelude to invasion, but a fishing settlement posed no threats, and cooler heads prevailed.
What's that about a new forest?
That's one of the things I'm looking into. Something caused this forest to grow rapidly, so I suspect some sort of magic was involved. From the growth pattern, I'd guess that this stretch of land along the river was where the new growth originated.
Oh, crap. Okay, first off, if he saw the founding of this village of Ostumir, how old must Baragon be? Second, I just drew a connection because in lore, the entirety of Cyrodiil used to be a jungle. But when Tiber Septim, otherwise known as Talos Stormcrown, took the throne, he basically retconned the entire geology and ecology of Cyrodiil to be plains. So I wonder if Ithelia's freedom, because Ithelia would remember Cyrodiil being a jungle. So I wonder if Ithelia's freedom led to, in some way, the jungle retaking Cyrodiil. So because the Prince of Paths, who is apparently super powerful and can manipulate reality, has become free, I wonder if she's resetting Cyrodiil to what it was before, well, yeah, before Tiber Septim took the throne. And some might, okay, before he goes too far, could Valen would have caused this?
I'd rather not speculate. Wood Elf magic can speed and direct growth, but not on this scale. And not so wild and untamed that it destroys whole villages. Still, I plan to look into all that. Later, after we help these people.
Okay, he didn't come back, but I can still talk to him. So I'm gonna continue and then ramble. That's all I need to know about Ostumir.
Questions are all well and good, but we have people to save. Anything else you want to know? Otherwise, let's get on with the rescuing, friend.
Why did Greenspeaker Sorlin ask you to meet her here?
No clue at all. Her letter was quite short. All it said was she learned something in Ostumir. She said it was important, and I needed to see it for myself. She wants to share whatever she discovered with me. That's all I know.
Any idea why she came to Ostumir?
I don't know. Last I heard, she was part of the Wood Elf settlement in Vashabar. That isn't too far from here.
Vashabar? Where's that? Or what is that?
That's what the Wood Elves who settled here after the forest appeared call their city. It's north of here. Anyway, she could have come to Ostumir for the Aeliad ruins. There are plenty nearby that might interest her, but that's just a guess.
She's interested in Aeliads?
That's how we met. I love all sorts of history while she studies Aeliads. The culture and history of those ancient elves fascinate her. My own interests were purely practical, stuff that could help me back in my adventuring days.
You called Sorlin a Greenspeaker. Tell me about them.
The finest wielders of nature magic in Tamriel. Greenspeakers wiggle their fingers and a tree bends its shape into a home. They make it possible for Wood Elves to construct cities without harming the forest.
We should go look for Greenspeaker Sorlin then.
I'm worried about her too, friend. But Sorlin is no delicate bellflower. She's shown me time and again that she's perfectly capable of defending herself. Let's help the other survivors, and then see if we can pick up her trail.
Okay, any chance you can tell me what you've been up to since we last met?
I've tried to stay retired from adventuring, but recent events just pulled me back in. Something about the recollection makes my ears burn. That happens when I sense danger. Eventually, I'll go back to my scribe duties. Until the next adventure.
Heard from Evely Sharparrow lately?
Evely's traveling around Tamriel, leading the life of a wandering hero. She writes now and then to tell me stories of her adventures. I'm proud of who she's become. If I hear from her, I'll let her know I saw you.
What have you done since Grotwood?
Continued to investigate the recollection. Nothing new to report. I hoped that Sorelin would help my efforts. She's smart and would make a good partner. Doing research, I mean. Until I learn more, tracking this odd cult will take up my attention.
Yeah, I have a feeling that there's more romantic things going on here. I have some other questions.
There will be time to catch up after we help some people. We could kick back with some Sun's Dusk ale and swap stories. What else did you want to know?
I guess that's all. Okay. Oh, he basically became a follower. Okay. Back to my rambling about Cyrodiil. Although I guess I don't really have much more to add, just that it'd be an interesting plot point if it did turn out that Ithalia's presence in the area is causing at least this section of Cyrodiil to become a jungle again.
Keep your ears open. Follow any shouts for help.
And now that he's a follower,
Inside the village.
he has nothing else to add. Alright, let's take down this Theriker.
Help! I can't get out! The door's blocked!
And bar
Clear
this
the rubble.
door.
Thank the eight. I thought that was my grave.
Oh, I was going to specify that when Talos took the throne, I used retcon because he made it so that the jungle of Cyrodiil never existed. So that the plains he turned Cyrodiil into was what it always was. That's why I use the term retcon. Let's see. I'm gonna...
We need help.
Okay. I'll get them after
These creatures only exist in the Dawnwood. They look so strange.
Dawnwood. Is that the section of forest that's encroaching into Cyrodiil? Anyway, I'm gonna help people outside, then go into that building. Because I don't want to be mildly inconvenienced.
Help! The vines won't let me go! Thanks. Even the plants want to kill me.
Inside the village, listen for any call.
Oh,
They've got you.
well, I like the plants until they inconvenience me. Then they're
Safe now. Go join your family.
Sorelin, you're alive!
Baragon! Oh. Who's your friend?
before that, because that is important. I kind of... Okay. Well, I didn't see that happen. Or coming, rather. Let's help Arya.
It hurts so much, sister. I know, little bug. Please, help me move this.
Sure.
Thank you. I'm never coming back here.
Thank you. I'm gone for good. I just found it funny.
I can't tell you.
Hold on. He has new
I
dialogue.
can't tell you how relieved I feel to find Sorelin safe and sound. I'm not surprised that she'd stay to help survivors. Let's talk to her. Maybe she'll explain her invitation to come here.
Maybe she'll enlighten me as to why you're so infatuated. Not that I feel I have any weight to carry in that matter, just that I want to know why. What about her is so enticing?
I had no idea the ground would shake so violently when I asked Baragon to meet me here. Nature is nothing if not unpredictable. I also didn't expect him to bring a guest. So, who are you, friend of Baragon?
Just someone who happened by and decided to help him rescue survivors. Why'd you invite him here, if I might ask?
Helping people in dangerous situations sounds just like Baragon. Can't fault him for accepting help. I asked him to join me in Ostumir because I found something amazing, miraculous even. He needs to see it for himself.
That sounds intriguing. What did you find?
No. The only way Baragon can understand this discovery is by experiencing it himself. How about we all see it together? It's down in the Iliad ruins nearby. I'll show you both. It truly is remarkable.
Alright, let's enter the Iliad ruins.
Baragon's an old friend. He'll appreciate my discovery. I hope you do as well. The ruins are to the southeast of the village. Meet me outside the entrance when you finish helping survivors. I can't wait for Baragon to see what I found.
Southeast of the village, huh? Why did you come to Ostumir?
In addition to being a green speaker, I study Iliads and the history of the wild elves for the University of Gwylem. The nearby ruins called out to me the moment I noticed them. And what I discovered... no, you really must see it.
So since she brought it up, I'm really looking forward at some point to see the University of Gwylem. Because it has to be somewhere, right? There's so many lore books, and it has been mentioned a few times in dialogue. Yet, I don't think it's ever actually been physically seen. And I think that's because in Oblivion, it no longer existed. Or it was moved or something. And I'm pretty sure it's in Cyrodiil. So I really look forward to seeing... I don't know what they would do with it. I honestly have no idea. But I'm sure they can find something interesting to do with it. Anyway, you seem particularly interested in the Iliads.
Why wouldn't I be? All Bosmer can trace their lineage directly to the ancient Iliads. Well, almost all. This history surprises many people and can be controversial, but my research definitively shows that we're the inheritors of that legacy.
Based on your language, I can see why it's controversial. Why would anybody want to inherit that legacy? Why would this be controversial?
A disgusting bigotry toward Bosmer pervades scholars from other cultures. To them, we're not worthy of such a noble ancestry. But plainly, they're wrong. You should read my book. It contains all the evidence needed to persuade any doubter.
I wouldn't necessarily say they're noble. They did have flesh gardens, and they were big on torture. And they worshipped a lot of Daedra. I think they might have valid reasons for why you wouldn't want to glorify the Iliads. Tell me about green speakers.
Green speakers are a vital part of any Bosmer community, and I cherish my role. Shaping the green is an art. It involves merging my voice with the song of nature and guiding how things grow. We don't control nature. Instead, we have a conversation.
Baragon explained that this forest growth happened recently. Is it the result of green speaking?
Did Baragon tell you that? No, ordinary green speaking can't manipulate something as large as this new forest, and certainly not as fast as it appeared. Beyond that, I'd rather not speculate. It goes against my training as a researcher.
He didn't tell me that green speaking was involved. I just, drawing connections. And how do you know Baragon?
We grew up together. He started on a path of warrior and hunter, while I trained as a green speaker. He had an interest in scholarly pursuits as well, and we bonded over shared studies. He became a good friend.
Sounds like he wants to be more than that. But that's for him, not me.
Sorrelin wants to meet at the ruins east of here. Let's go.
Indeed. Let's. Oh, whoa. Strangler. Ooh, another one. Alright. Absolutely aggroed that one.
Sorrelin asked us to meet her at the Ayleid ruins, southeast of the village. Let's head there now. I'm curious to see what she invited me here to show me.
Okay, that's relatively inconsequential. What do you want? So many characters. Characters?
Lure them over here!
Interesting.
I don't see Greenspeaker Sorrelin. Wait. A body on the ground. They're wearing recollection gear. Grab that note.
Uh-oh. Orders for immediate retrieval. By order of Keeper Bergoth, as the epicenter of the original Wildburn ritual, our Greenspeakers assured us new Wildburn seeds would sprout around Ostumir. Search the nearby Ayleid ruins for a mature Wildburn seed. Find and recover a seed as quickly as possible. It is imperative that we have such a seed for the next phase of our campaign, no matter the cost. Enter the ruins that extend below Ostumir. At the roots where Dawnwood originated should be a large seed. You'll know it when you see it. Recover the seed and bring it to me. Messages is scribbled below in different handwriting. Baragon and friend. Had to run for obvious reasons. Join me down in the ruins. I think you'll like what I have to show you. That's ominous.
Wildburn seed? Not sure what that could be, but the handwriting at the bottom, that's Sorrelin's. The handwriting at the bottom of the note is definitely Sorrelin's. Running into ruins alone is just like her. But I didn't expect the recollection to be here. She's heading into more danger than she realizes.
The note indicates they're trying to recover a Wildburn seed.
I've never heard of a seed, but the Wood Elves of Vashabar use Wildburn to refer to the strange blight along the edge of the New Forest. Worry about that later. Let's focus on finding Greenspeaker Sorrelin before she runs afoul of the recollection.
Okay. Let's find Greenspeaker Sorrelin and investigate the seed.
We're off to face the recollection again, my friend. Those fanatics seem to be everywhere these days.
Indeed.
We dealt with them once, so this should be easy, right? Let's head into the ruins and find Greenspeaker Sorrelin.
Anything else you can tell me about the Wildburn?
Just that it's what the Wood Elves of Vashabar call the narrow band of devastation that runs along the northern edge of the New Forest. It separates the rest of Westweald from Dawnwood. I'm not sure what a Wildburn seed is, but I plan to find out.
Well, probably what sparks the encroaching plants to do what they do. What do you know about the recollection?
Some sort of cult made up mostly of disgruntled Wood Elves. Seems to have a connection to the ancient Ayleids, but I don't have all the details yet. That's why I am out here adventuring again. I want to figure out who they are and what they're up to.
Okay, anything else you can tell me about the Wildburn?
Just that it's what the Wood Elves of Vashabar call the narrow band of devastation that runs along the northern edge of the New Forest. It separates the rest of Westweald from Dawnwood. I'm not sure what a Wildburn seed is, but I plan to find out.
I fought the recollection at Rustwall with Tribune Elia Idolus.
Rustwall? That's too close to Skingrad for comfort. What were they doing there? And I've heard of Tribune Elia. She commands a Legion cohort and handles special tasks for Count Calantius. If she fought the recollection, I should look her up.
Yeah, she did command a Legion cohort. They're all dead now. They were bringing Daedra through a portal. We shut it down.
Daedra? Oh, that's not good. Now it's even more imperative I figure out exactly who the Recollection is and what their goals are. Maybe we can learn something in these ruins.
All right.
Those vines, that's the entrance to the ruins.
Right. Figured that out. A Sondul. That's a lot of interesting glasswork.
Let's find Sorolin first, friend. I knew it. The place is thick with the Recollection.
Ooh, jewelry box. Darn.
The day is ours.
Luckily, these aren't too difficult to deal with.
Sorolin's up ahead. What's she looking at?
Do you feel it, Baragon? The grandeur of our history.
You're right. These ruins are incredible.
Why is she not being attacked?
Do you feel it? The power of the Aelids pervades this place. Millennia separate us from the Heartland High Elves, but I can feel their legacy flowing through my blood. It pains me to see their glory buried in these ruins.
I am very distinctly worried that she is somehow involved with the Recollection. What did you bring us down here to show us, Greenspeaker?
This was all for Baragon's benefit. You're just an unintended spectator. I brought Baragon here to remind him of his Aeliad heritage. The Recollection remembers their past. This land belonged to the Aelids, and we Bosmer are their rightful heirs.
Oh, I was right. Sounds like you admire the Recollection.
Not at all, but some of their beliefs match my own. All that aside, I wanted to show Baragon what I found. A new type of seed. It's similar to what we Greenspeakers use to grow and shape tree villages, but different. It thrums with unique potential.
The Wildburn seed?
Bug shells! Surprise ruined. I wanted to show him the Wildburn seed. Talk to him. Discuss the Recollection, both the good points and the bad. I suppose he'll want to take the seed before the Recollection does. I suggest you hurry. They're close.
Yeah, I can see them. I'll search for the Wildburn seed with Baragon.
The Wildburn seed grows deep in the ruins. I suggest we split up. I'll lead the Recollection on a merry chase while you and Baragon find the seed. And don't worry, I'm sure we'll meet up along the way. And Baragon, remember your history.
Can you tell me anything excuse me. Can you tell me anything else about this alien ruin?
This style of architecture dates back to the late Merethic era. It combines majesty with practicality, so probably a place for Daedra worship and training. These Aelids seem to have been particularly fond of someone they called the Prince of Paths.
How are you going to avoid the Recollection forces?
As I said, I plan to keep some of their attention on me instead of you. After that, well, I'm very stealthy. I have no doubt I can elude their patrols. And if I do get into trouble, I'm sure you and Baragon will come to my rescue.
For some reason, I don't think you'll be getting into any trouble. But you say so.
These ruins are pretty amazing. If we weren't battling Recollection forces and trying to beat them to the Wildburn Seed, I'd love to just explore them. Some people find the weight of history to be crushing. I find it exhilarating.
What did Greenspeaker Sorlin mean when she told you to remember your history?
An old conversation we used to have. Maybe you'd call it an argument. We need to learn from history, but it doesn't necessarily define us. I'm no more an Ayleid just because they might have been my ancestors than a Redguard is a Yokudin.
What do you want to do about the Wildburn Seed?
Exactly what Sorlin suggests. We need to find it and keep it out of the hands of the Recollection. If it's somehow connected to the creation of this new forest and the area of devastation, we can't let them get a hold of it. Let's get moving.
Okay. That kind of alludes to what that conversation might have entailed.
Sorlin has a point. These ruins are too wondrous to let sit forgotten.
Sure, but that doesn't mean they need to be revered.
Greenspeaker Sorlin, up on the walkway.
There's always something new to learn.
That's how it works, Sorlin. The new replaces the old.
I thought I could convince you that we'd find the Wildburn Seed together.
What? Sorlin, come back!
What indeed, Baragon? He's gonna be one of the green speakers in that note.
Fight? Good. Now it's up on the ledge.
Join me, Baragon. The Recollection needs wood elves like you.
Yep.
We can finally claim our rightful inheritance.
You're with the Recollection? Cracked acorns, what are you thinking? Follow her!
She's gone. But I saw that coming. She seemed entirely too unconcerned with the unnatural spread of forest into Cyrodiil.
That was easy.
How could Sorlin join the Recollection? They're murderers!
Well, apparently she doesn't see it that way.
Sorlin joined the Recollection? But they're murderers! Oh, this can't be right. I just need to talk to her. Blight and root rot. Maybe she's under a spell or a curse or something. Let's hurry. We need to get to her and that Wildburn Seed.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's not under a curse. That's where she was, indeed. Why was her piece collar on the ground? I am nowhere near used to those traps. Bookshelves are empty.
Attack!
All the bookshelves are empty. That's a bummer.
Those doors. Let's try there. We need to find that seed.
All right. Lower chambers.
Sorrelin, talk to me! I can't let you take that seed!
I won't fight you, Baragon. There are other seeds than these.
I'll go after her. Grab the seed and follow after me!
All right. Help this person fight off Thorn Tooth. The Theriker. Wild Burn Seed. Yoink. And I'm not seeing anything in any bookshelves. Bummer. Want the lore.
The Recollection seeks justice, Baragon, for all Bosmer.
Spilled blood and displaced families aren't justice!
We've been friends forever. Why won't you trust me?
The Recollection destroyed this village! Who knows what other harm the rapid growth caused?
I thought you'd understand. I thought you had vision. Goodbye, Baragon.
No, Sorrelin, wait!
What the heck is going on? Their relationship is weird. Didn't catch her, huh?
I couldn't catch her. I've known Sorrelin for almost my whole life. I cared about her, considered her a friend, perhaps more. Why didn't I see that she had been taken in by the Recollection? Maybe I could have done something. Blight, this hurts.
Greenspeaker Sorrelin talked about justice and an inheritance. Do you know what she meant?
She always claimed Ayleid land belonged to the Wood Elves, but that was purely academic before. Sounds like the Recollection promised to make it real. Could be why they wanted the Wildburn seed. Speaking of which, did you get it?
Yes, I did. Here you are.
I've never seen a seed like this before. It feels wrong. You're working with Leramil, right? She needs to know what we discovered here. Meet us back in Skingrad. I have a townhouse there. Oh, and take this. You more than deserve it for helping me.
I will take it. Thanks for the reward.
Sure, my lifelong friend joined a violent cult, but you and I actually did some real good today. We saved people in Ostumir and kept this seed away from the Recollection. When you're ready, meet Leramil and me at my townhouse in Skingrad.
I appreciate the attitude, but also I would completely understand if this hurts you a lot. Why would Greenspeaker Sorrelin join the Recollection?
I'm not sure. They certainly spout rhetoric that matches many of her closely held beliefs. I thought those beliefs were simply musings, but the Recollection seeks to put them into deadly practice. Be sure, when next we meet, I plan to ask her why.
I mean, I can see where she's coming from. But at the same time, the Ayleids and the Wood Elves split off a long time ago. Wood Elves have been a distinct race for the entirety of Elder Scrolls history, if I'm remembering correctly. So, well, and also by that logic, the Somerset High Elves would have claim to Cyrodiil, just as would have a closer claim to Cyrodiil than the Wood Elves, because the Somerset High Elves are more closely related to the High Elves that the Ayleids came out of. So her line of logic just doesn't seem to work. Do you think the ground shaking and the Wildburn seed are connected?
I have little experience with either, so any speculation is merely a guess. If Ostumir was truly the epicenter of the new forest growth, the land there could simply be unstable. Or perhaps Ifray shook the ground to warn us and get our attention.
It's probably the instability. But I will see you at your townhouse after I lock that reward. Nom nom nom. Alright. And with that, time to do the delve. Should be nice and quick. Pop in, get the sky shard, kill the boss, do the quest. And then we're done. Get this character rolled up. There we go. Shoot. There we go. Oh, hi.
No remorse.
Yet another character. Go. Here we are. The Delve. Firelight Cave. Is this a matter of priority? Yes.
What's this? Did my betrothed hire someone to retrieve his dowry? How quaint. You should be warned. My beasts don't like losing their toys, and they do love his shiny gifts. Tread carefully, adventurer. I've had my fill of impish fools with childish dreams.
Oh, I predicted that as well. Just didn't voice it. The entire time he was describing what happened and the fact that the perpetrator was masked made me think, did the fiancé perhaps come to steal her dowry, or the dowry away so that she didn't have to marry him? Some of the tropes ESO has been using lately are a bit overplayed at this point.
Realize the opportunity I've given him? Why try to recover his bid for my hand?
Maybe because he actually gives a crap about you.
Fueled by coin. Help him if you feel so inclined, but be warned. The beasts of Firelight are ravenous.
Yeah, I get it.
What use have I for collars of gold and silver? Contracts be damned. I know my worth, and Grander should come to learn his.
Where the heck even are you? Oh, there you are. Maybe if you just sat down and talked with him a bit, you might find that he actually cares about you or something.
The Theriker grow restless. We have that in common. It's time we left these woods behind.
Okay, you're looking for an escape. You just want to leave and go somewhere your family can't track you down. Again, if you just talk to the guy. Civil conversation.
I'm not afraid of you.
Okay, she mentioned Theriker. I don't know if she knows about the Spriggan. I mean, she must. They live here. But they're also forest spirits, so I don't think they
dreams
can
of
be
being a
trained.
great warden, you know. But these woods have changed. The land doesn't sing to me anymore.
Oh, shoot. So she actually is a warden. Thought they were beast tamers.
Return the dowry to Grander if you wish. I'm leaving all this nonsense behind.
Why'd you steal it if you're just so apathetic about crap? And if you're just gonna leave anyway, what's the harm? Oops. Can't miss out on the Sky Shard. Sorry, had an itch. Ooh. Oh. No. Delicious. Now, could I jump to... Nope. There's no possibility. Maybe. But I don't move fast enough to warrant momentum. Or to give me enough momentum. Ooh, hello. Nope, that's a wall. Fine, be that way. Sorry for the slightly crazy mouse movement sometimes. Almost done. One more item. Although I don't remember dealing with the boss at any point, so maybe it's at the end? Hope so. Hold on. Okay, I thought I saw a heavy sack.
I'm certain Grander will wonder whether he was inadequate. Unworthy of my love. And he'd be right. I've tamed beasts and monsters. I've no need for a mouse.
Interesting perspective. Never even met the guy.
I've taken what I need. Enough gold to start a new life. Far away from here. You should do the same.
Okay, but I'm being paid to do this, so there's that. Oh, the boss must be at the end, because we're seeing a lot of wild burn stuff now. Which is interesting that it wasn't at the entrance. I didn't see anything wild burning at the entrance. But I'm seeing a lot of it now. No. So does the wild burn infect or create? Because there's wild burn enemies of a large variety of enemy types, which makes me think it's an infection, but is it not? Well, that's just death. There's nothing good down there. Okay, what's up here then? Come on. Just a lamp. And a slight connection to the bridge. Yep, pretty much. Okay. boss room is right through this corridor. Yep, scoured. Scurred tail? Or scoured? Must be scurred tail. There we go.
That's over with, I suppose.
Oh, thank God. That was the last set piece I needed. Those boots.
I'm not here to fight. My family drama puts you in danger. I owe you some answers if you want them.
You're being very amicable for somebody who was so antagonistic when I first started this.
A proper introduction, then. I am Amoral Verdelis, Grander's bride-to-be. You can tell him it was me. I'm certain my betrayal will make for quite the waterworks. I harbor no ill will toward the man. Only what he represents. This contract.
What will your parents think of all this?
It's been years since they've taken any interest in my needs. Why would I care for theirs? They've made it plainly clear I wasn't the daughter they prayed for. Too quick to fight, too tough to bend. And still they tried to force me into shape.
Why hide with these beasts in Firelight Cave?
This cave was once a sanctuary from my parents. Before this wild magic twisted it into something cruel. It was my second home, filled with beasts with softer smiles than the ones that raised me.
Magic twisted this place?
Yes, and the creatures that lived within it, driven wild and feral. I did what I could to calm them, tend to their fear. I had hoped to take them with me, to return the favor and save them from this mess. But I acted too late.
Where will you go now?
I'm not sure. And even if I did, I wouldn't tell Grander's hired aide. Just know it will be far away from here. Beyond the highlands and the overgrowth. Beyond even the reach of my family's wealth.
Well, depending on how big their wealth is, that might not be possible. Grander deserves to know the truth.
He's one of countless pampered nobles that look at these marvelous, newly grown woods and see only a profit to be made. They have no love for its beauty, and nor do I for their greed. So forgive me for not considering what he deserves.
You also pretend like you know the man. What should I tell him?
Tell him what you will. I'm certain the scandal won't take long to spread. The Verdelis family's wild child finally making for the hills. I only wish I'd done it sooner. And that I could see my mother's face when she realizes what's happened.
He really did want to marry you.
That's a pity. Tell Grander I have a sister. A sweet little thing eager for love. But warn him no dowry. Do it right. Court her. They need to decide for themselves, not our parents.
I better get back to Grander. Goodbye, Armorel.
Farewell, adventurer. Perhaps one day we'll cross paths again.
Considering the track record for ESO, probably. Especially since she's becoming an adventurer.
You've returned in one piece. I hope you gave that brigand what for.
Sure.
You're back? And with my dowry in tow. This is still plenty to impress the Verdelis' eldest daughter and secure her hand. I could kiss you, adventurer. Though I suppose I should save that for my bride-to-be.
Yes, I retrieved your dowry, but your marriage is off.
What's this now? Has word already spread of my ineptitude? My abject failure? Has the Verdelis family already dragged my name through the coals? Please, kind-hearted and dashing adventurer, end your silence and tell me!
You're either very flamboyant and placative, or you're also attracted to guys. The brigand who robbed you was Amarel Verdulis. Oh gosh, that name. Or my ability to say that name. Amarel Verdulis.
My? Immoral? What would drive her to steal her own dowry? Surely there must be some misunderstanding. These barbaric acts are far beneath her, let alone the Verdulis family name. At least it explains the warm rush I felt from her commands.
You're just a sub, aren't you? She needed the dowry to run away.
Run away? I see. It's strange I find myself so hurt by someone I never met. Who am I to begrudge someone for wanting greener pastures? I hope she finds what she's looking for. I'll be fine. Mother taught us Namarset men to persevere.
Fair enough. There are plenty of wolves in the den, Grander.
Well, I don't appreciate the chosen imagery. I get your meaning. Yes. Though the long road to betrothal is a lonely path, I'll gladly walk it. Thank you, traveler. You've earned this gold as well as my deep respect.
Thank you very much, good sir.
I wonder what's to become of this dowry. I could save it for my next bride, or perhaps I could invest it in some sort of capital venture. Father rarely loosens the purse strings for my ideas, so this is the perfect time to prove myself.
You should know, Amaril mentioned she had a sister.
Yes.
Amaril.
Of course, a delightful woman. In fact, she was the one who often made the ride out to our lumber yards to collect my letters to Amaril. Are you implying that I should marry her instead?
Amaril thought you could court her properly, no dowry.
What a novel idea. I'll admit to some relief that our arranged marriage is over. I have always been a bit of a romantic, and this merger by way of marriage was less than ideal. Perhaps I will. A proper courtship. If she agrees, of course.
According to her sister's description, or rather Amaril's, Marl's description, she is agreeable to it.
Good news! The adventurer retrieved my dowry. We can continue on to Skingrad as planned, and I promise you both a pint of ale when we get there.
Such a relief. And I'll be able to press and sort out your clothing in time for any balls or soirees.
How generous. A whole drink after nearly losing an arm to a Theriker.
I mean, it's a whole drink you don't have to pay for. And the wealthy can be pretty stingy, so I wouldn't begrudge it. I don't know when I'm gonna come back down here, so I'm gonna go grab that Sky Shard before I head back to Skingrad. Maybe I should grab both of them. I think I'll do that. What? Oh, player. Okay. Ooh, a Psijic portal. I'll grab this while I can.
Psijic portals teach us that sometimes the unseen is not something to be feared.
Indeed, Bastion.
What do you think you'll make with that?
I have no idea. There we go. Yes. There we are. Yoink. I do somewhat wonder if I can actually swim across and get to somewhere in Vardenfell. Excuse my map exploration for a hot second. I think I should be able to, actually. If I do it from down here. Right over there should take me right to Malbaltor. But ooh, I'm really close to a village. A village with no people? Question mark? No, recollection people. Not the people I want to see. Okay. Apparently I stumbled across a recollection outpost. Another ruin here. Oh, goodness. Chest. Would you look at that? Don't mind if I do. Okay, so I have to go up the stairs? Yes. Okay. Well, there's 2 out of 3.
For glory!
And I upset the Spriggan. Because I'm just that agile. Hold on. I'm going the wrong direction. You go this way. Nope. I should not be exploring beyond where the main quest takes me, because that was the one rule I had. Be really close to the main road. I think I see it, actually. With the foul fishing hole. Good for catching Biny Tongue, Skingrad Sculpin, Wildburn Blobfish, and Deathhopper Nymph. For anybody wanting to know. Oh, merchant. Hello. And thanks for the repair. Alright. Time to enter Skingrad's back door. Alright, so do have another quest to turn in here before I finish anything else. It's the Appointed Executor quest
The new forest worries
that I
me.
picked up
Nothing
last
ever
time.
grew that quickly.
So I'll take care of that real quick and then go talk to Baragon. Hold on, it says she was in here. What? Oh, okay, that's for Baragon. Where the heck could she be? Over here? Upstairs. Maybe? Not a huge fan that the quest marker just disappeared once I entered a building, but... Okay, she's in here. Lapita Brusis' room. Whoa. Oop, not gonna steal. She's in a state.
If you're here to complain about that pamphlet I posted about the jungle growth blazing through the countryside, I'm not overreacting. You just aren't seeing the danger it poses to everyone working outside of Skingrad.
Okay. Are you Haldane's sister, Lapita Russus?
Oh, tell me he didn't send you. Just because I believe that the new forest isn't natural and poses a danger to Westweald doesn't mean that I don't support his business. I'm happy it's fruitful, but this forest isn't good for anyone.
Yeah, so about that, Haldane's dead. I found these near his body. He wanted you to have them.
Gods. Haldane. I have to look into his death. Figure out what happened and find justice where I can. But that will be my battle. Thank you for finding me. I hope Haldane's at peace. Take this, with both of our thanks.
Just don't go too crazy. You already have rotting food on a chair.
Haldane's really gone.
Yes, he is. Okay. Wondering if our amicable relationship allowed me to take from the wardrobe, but it does not. Alright, lumber supplies. What does that give me? 20 ruby ash and 1 mastic. Interesting. Not the worst rewards, I don't think, but I think it would have been better if it was a rosin or something. There it is. So, Baragon's townhouse. Where that? Oh wait, it's the main quest.
We need to eat.
Losing my own head.
The new forest worries me. Nothing natural ever grew that quickly.
Alright, in we go.
Welcome to my townhouse, friends. I can't wait to hear the results of your investigations.
Well, first, Laramil.
Baragon has graciously offered us the use of his townhouse as a base from which to conduct our investigations. Speak with him, please. I know he is curious about what you discovered.
Okay, will do. In a hot second. Tribune.
I see you found your way to this Baragon person too, comrade. We started to compare notes about the recollection, but then he insisted we wait for you. So, go talk to him. I need to know what's going on.
Fair enough.
I can't believe we found a corrupted seed at Ostumir. That the recollection somehow caused the new forest to overgrow Westweald. Or that my friend Sorelin was involved. Laramil wants to talk to you, but I'd like to hear what else you discovered.
Why didn't you just get it from both of them? They were each involved. Anyway. Tribune Aaliyah and I kept Recollection and Daedric forces from invading Skingrad at Rustwall Estate.
An invasion launched from Rustwall Estate would have taken Skingrad completely by surprise. I'm glad that you and the Tribune were there to stop them. But the Recollection working with Daedra? That's a troubling new development.
It's not entirely new, I would say, because, you know, when you think of recollection, you think of recalling something, and recalling something is a memory thing. And the Daedra are all Shardborn, which means they're Athalia's Daedra, who was forgotten. So it ties up. Do you know Tribune Aaliyah?
By reputation. We only just met. I know she does troubleshooting for Count Calantius, so I figured I might run into her eventually. She apparently heard about me too. Just showed up on my doorstep. You learn anything else out there?
The Recollection was looking for Athalia at Ellenglyn, but we found her first, then she vanished.
Athelia, the Daedric prince you and Laramil are looking for? You met her? Incredible! But why is the recollection looking for her? Didn't they... never mind. I think you should talk to Laramil now. I need to consider all this.
Absolutely.
Our initial investigations are complete, Proxy. Let us speak.
Okay.
Encountering a material confirmation of... that is, I thought it would take longer for us to find and confront Athelia in person. We determined that my suspicions about the frayed fates proved correct. Each location had a connection to Athelia.
Am I missing something, or is she recently trying to dumb down what she's saying? Because she wasn't doing this whole big words and long form conversation pieces before. Maybe I'm wrong. So what do those connections tell us, Laramil?
That the Recollection and the Miramor Daedra seek to restore Athelia to power. They cause the New Forest and Wildburn devastation. And Athelia wanders west-weald, starting to remember. For helping me reach these conclusions, take this reward.
Thank you very much.
Speak with Baragon.
Yeah.
See if he has a thought about our next steps. Athelia's presence untethers all consequences. It makes it nearly impossible for me to perceive the threads of fate, let alone determine which threads to follow.
Is that a problem? Most people can't see fate.
Most people do not bear the responsibility of preserving reality itself.
Fair enough.
If we guess wrong about what we must do, or simply fail to do it, disaster ensues. I do not like to leave such decisions to chance when the stakes are so high.
So what do we do then?
Trust in Baragon's knowledge of the Recollection. There is an anomaly I wish to look into while you and he pursue the cultists and ferret out their plans. Perhaps the Wildburn seed you found in Ostumir is the place to start. I shall find you later.
Okay. Hold on, I want to see if this book is here now that I've returned. Nope. Paragon?
I've been thinking about Ostumir and your investigations with Laramil and Tribune Alea. The Recollection was involved each time. We need to determine what they're planning next. Maybe the Wildburn seed we found in Ostumir can help us do that.
How can the Wildburn seed help us with the Recollection?
I'm not a green speaker or a spinner, but I know a corrupted seed when I see one. If we can trace it to its source, I think we can find the Recollection. Luckily, there are experts on this sort of thing close by, in the wood elf town of Vashabar.
Could Vashabar's wood elves be involved with the Recollection?
Bosmer, who honor the green, wouldn't have anything to do with a Wildburn seed. But I want to show the seed we recovered to a green speaker. If they can tell us more about it, it might lead us right to the Recollection. Help me, and I'll pay your way.
Sure, I'll help you learn more about the Wildburn seed.
Here, just to be safe, you should carry the Wildburn seed. Greenspeaker Derelith in Vashabar should be able to tell us something about it. Just follow the Gold Road into Dawnwood and turn north. Tribune Alea and I will meet you there.
This house is enormous. It's all yours?
I know, it's too much. During my adventuring days, I helped a wealthy Colovian family. They rewarded me with the deed to a grand old empty townhouse. I had enough gold to make this place livable, and it seemed a waste not to use it.
So what's a wood elf doing living in Skingrad?
I've lived all over Tamriel, and Skingrad is a nice enough city. Always something happening here, and we get news from across the continent. It wasn't until recently that the people of Westweald started looking askance at wood elves.
What do you mean?
Since the appearance of the New Forest, what the Bosmer of Vashabar called Dawnwood, the rest of Westweald has grown nervous and suspicious of all wood elves. I've lived here for years, but Suddenly I'm an outsider. Things could get ugly.
Well, if you'd impressed yourself within the community, you probably wouldn't be getting as many interesting looks. But if you have, you also shouldn't be getting those looks, so maybe there's something's wrong with the people. You said no Bosmer who honors the green would deal with a woodburn seed, or wildburn seed. What about Sorlin?
Yes, I'm confused by that as well. Green Speakers are mages who work within the Green Pact to shape the forest to meet their needs. Every Wood Elf village has a Green Speaker to grow new pod homes or shape useful tools. It's an art my people cherish.
So why is Green Speaker Sorlin working with the Recollection?
You saw what I saw at Ostumir. My old friend Sorlin has lost her way. If she had a hand in the use of wildburn seeds, then she's turned her back on the Green Pact. I'm not sure she can do that and still call herself a Green Speaker.
Remind me about the Recollection.
My best guess is that the Recollection is a revival of an ancient Ayleid cult. The Ayleids didn't just vanish when their empire fell. Many found shelter in the surrounding lands. Some Wood Elves believe they're descendants of that heritage.
Has the Recollection been around long?
As far as I can tell, the Recollection didn't even exist a year ago. It's like hundreds of people woke up one day and decided to join a new cult. They're convinced something has been taken from them. Something they'll do anything to reclaim.
What is the Recollection doing?
Plundering ancient ruins, recruiting other people who feel lost. Mostly Wood Elves, but not exclusively. Whatever it is the Recollection thinks they're missing, it's made them desperate and dangerous. And we know they're working with Daedra too.
Okay, thanks for the talk.
I don't know if it's a good idea to take that seed to Vashabar. We could be handing it right back to the Recollection. Who knows how many friends they have there.
Were you able to convince Count Galantius to send more legionaries to Rustwall Estate?
Not exactly. While he agreed to spare a few legionaries to patrol the area, he's reluctant to assign more troops there on a permanent basis. Not after I lost an entire cohort. He ordered me to continue my investigation, though, so here I am.
Why come here?
When we learned that the Recollection was working with Daedra at Rustwall, it seemed my clearest path forward was to find an expert. Retired adventurer, former Imperial scribe, Recollection scholar. I probably should have visited Baragon sooner.
You suspect a tie between the Wood Elves of Vashabar and the Recollection?
They both showed up in Westweald around the same time. Oh, I don't think every Wood Elf in Vashabar is a member of the Recollection, but some must be. It doesn't help that they occupy a new forest that appeared on land that doesn't belong to them.
Land that doesn't belong to them?
Sure. The new forest sprang up in a part of Westweald that was mostly wild and uninhabited, but it's still part of the province. No one in Vashabar swears allegiance to Count Galantius. What's he supposed to make of that?
So you're concerned about the Count's claim to that land?
I'm not concerned about lines on a map. People are getting hurt. The devastated area at the border of the forest is ruining farms and spawning dangerous beasts, not to mention the attacks by the Recollection. Someone needs to answer for all this.
Well, I believe that's the point of what Baragon's trying to do, is to find the answers.
I know little about Bosmer mystical traditions. If Baragon knows a green speaker who can be of use, you should seek them out. Find out what you can about the wildburn seed. I have my own avenues of investigation to follow.
Okay, well, that's that. Let's see. I'm gonna check the map real quick. I should probably try to help with the bear before I get too far. And it'll provide a convenient excuse. So I could go from the Vineyard Way Shrine to the Falls Pathway Shrine to Vashabar. Maybe hit Eagle Rock Ruins on my way. I think that's what I'm gonna do. And that should likely round out today's
The
stream.
new forest worries me. Nothing natural ever grew.
Since we've only got 30 minutes. So I need to keep going this way. Let's see. Burnt biscuits. Here we are. So I need to go to the site of the attack. Search the wreckage.
I can't. That's a troll claw.
Oops.
But look at the bluish smoke. Definitely one of those warped creatures.
Didn't mean to cut him off. I apologize to anybody who wanted that.
Anything useful?
There was a heavy sack. Smashed crate.
Ah, that's something. Those bite marks are definitely from a troll.
So we have a wild burn troll on our hands that caused whatever's going on.
Mudcrab apples. Look at those cute little bite marks. This is definitely Burn Biscuit's doing.
Okay, so we need to follow a trail of apples. Map of Westfield. Nice.
Let's discuss what you found.
I found this claw, a gnawed plank, and these chewed up apples.
Your most important find are these mudcrab apples. Look at the dainty tooth marks on them. Burn Biscuit definitely nibbled on them. He may have dragged off a bag of them. We can follow the trail.
What about the claw and the tooth marked plank?
That's more troubling. Those are definitely troll marks, but we weren't attacked by a troll. That troll may be tracking Burn Biscuit. Oh, poor cub. You have to find him and lead him back here.
How do I lead him back?
Count Calandius gave me his favorite treat. The bear's favorite, I mean, not the Count's. Mud crab apple fritters. Take them, feed them to Burn Biscuit, and he'll follow you back here. Hurry, and watch out for that troll.
Tell me about this bear. Remind me
Biscuit?
about this bear.
He's a cub that the Count rescued on his travels. He's a little scamp, always poking his nose into things. He gets his name from eating burned biscuits in the kitchen. And he loves apples. Can't get enough.
Okay. So the marker tells me he's right over, and that's, yeah, that's another marker. There's definitely a wild burn troll involved. Backed him into a corner, I guess. Give me that ore.
This is a great area for harvesting.
And then Burn Biscuit. Come with me, cave bear. Or just regular bear.
By Akatosh, Burn Biscuit. I mean, Lord Svendelmore. I'm so glad you're back. Let's talk, traveler.
I don't think the bear cares what you call him.
You found him. Great work.
I think this is the bear you're looking for.
Great job, friend. I'm so relieved. Head to Skingrad. Count Calandius has an office there, near the chapel. He'll want to reward you. I'll bring along Burn Biscuit and meet you there.
Okay. I will not be going to Skingrad just yet. Gonna grab this point of interest over here this way first. The one that I kind of just passed by on my way to Skingrad.
Let's go.
Yep, that's dealt with. It looks like there's a way up here. Oh, is there a quest involved? What does igniting this bonfire do? But he has radiance. Pray at her shrine and gain enlightenment. These dark times is bright and darkness. Can I pray? Is that a thing I can do? Collect a water skin. Don't know if that's considered praying. Worker B2. Well, that's that, I suppose. So, to the way shrine I go. And past another recollection outpost. And I want those lore books, so I'm gonna go over here first. Wrap around to the lake a little bit. Ooh, passed right by. Or not. That's not what I thought it was at all. Here we go. Paddle it. Okay. Or no. What is going on here? Barnacle encrusted book. Bavin Larry. Interesting. So, where's this last note? Oh, it passed right by. Okay, alright. I'm curious about why the Hadalids are here, so I'm gonna read these. I don't have much time. 2 weeks ago, I was a Telvanni spellwright. The wizard I served was on sabbatical in High Isle, and we were returning by ship to our home in Alt Isra. A day into the journey, the ship had sprung a leak. As the crew began patching it, a barnacled claw punched through the leak, followed by dozens more. Hadalids had begun assaulting the ship. I hit the sea creatures with every spell I could muster, but to no avail. For each one I killed, another rose from the sea. The crab folk killed everyone, but they left me alive. Or they let me live. Threw me in a cage on a floating raft pulled by pengrits. For days, the ink on the rest of the note is 2 water damage to read. Then this torn note. The Hadalids made landfall after what felt like an eternity at sea. They fed me strange fish and something else. What I wouldn't give for just a bowl of salt rice porridge. The Hadalids blindfolded me, bound my arms, and cracked me over the head with something hard. When I awoke, I was in a cave surrounded by them. These Hadalids seemed different, smaller with softer shells. They unbound my hands. My magicka, while not optimal, was still fearsome. Firebolts, hailstorms, lightning bolts, and even snowballs filled that cave. I had been so weak that none of the crablings had a single dent upon them, but strangely, after my display, they began mimicking my movements. I now knew why they kept me alive. They wanted me to teach them spellcasting. And they were hoping the softer shelled ones would be able to learn it better? The Hadalids cannot speak a Tamrielic nor any language that I know. Their bodies can't make the sounds. But pointing and gesturing, they understand that. They would leave the cave for days at a time and come back with things that can further their teaching. Books, ink, paper, and even a desk. Through their loot, I learned where I was, Westfield. Thank Vec for the underlings that make wine labels. But I fear I learned this too late. I think the Hadalids have realized that I have nothing left to teach them. I've taught them all the spells a Telvanni spellwright can muster, and I pray to AM that I have not damned us all. I did what I had to do in order to survive. And then they killed you. Okay. Doesn't even say it was him, so maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was somebody else, but I think
that should come in handy.
And that also did not answer why Hadalids are here, like I was hoping it would. But oh well. Can't win them all. Gonna get this next point of interest. Just for fun. I'll leave that sky shard where it's at for now. Quite the statue. I don't want a screenshot of it. There we go. Probably would have been better if it was sunny, but beggars and choosers and all that. So, off to Vashabar. Which I think is... Oh, there's another quest. Passed right by it. Marcine's message? Marcienne? Hired me to find her pet. Her mouth versus... Okay, so... Oh. Already caught him. Okay. Hold on. I thought I heard music. It did.
Find anything?
Here in the green, all plants survive.
Vivacious Verilas? Interesting. Kind of weird, but interesting. Also need the Wamasu treasure. Haven't gotten that yet. I'm gonna read that book I picked up just because. Mercien's Folly. That's not what I'm looking for. Westfield writings. Really? Message. And Westfield. What the heck? Okay. Started with an M, I believe. No. Oh dear. Oh goodness, hopefully it's in my inventory. Please be in my inventory. There we go. Thank goodness. To any helpful passerby, my dear friend Stargazer Saria hired me to find her lost pet worm mouth, Versidue. A pretty good trapper, but worm mouths are soft, and the local woods are not a place for defenseless morsels to get lost alone. Took her advice and baited this trap with Versidue's favorite snacks, old bread and fruit. If by some miracle you come across the critter in my snare, I'd be more than grateful if you could help me reunite my friend with her companion. Saria is waiting by Stone Ship Tavern in Ontis. She'll be overjoyed to see Versidue again, and she'll reward you for your good deed. Trapper Marcienne. Okay, and then I have the Trapper's Offer. To those brave enough to deal with an angry guzzard, I'm not a fan of guzzards either, but I was hired to do a job by my friend Stargazer Saria set this trap in the hopes of catching one for her. They remind her of Craglorn, so no matter how ornery and awful they are, she wants a whole flock of them as pets. I baited the trap with mice, so it should have worked. If you're not put off by the sour disposition and leathery skin, Zarya will see you generously paid if you deliver it to her outside Stone Ship Tavern in Ontis. She's really a very lovely person, and I appreciate the help. I really can't stand Guzzards. Trapper Marcy. Okay, so this is going to become a whole thing. I thought there was another quest I had that dealt with a trapper of some sort. I guess not. Okay. So, let's just get to the Vashbar Way Shrine. After grabbing this book, that's just off to the side randomly? Yeah. Weird. And that's what some places call chest, but sure. Don't think that's relevant to anything we're doing right now, but I figured I'd grab it anyway. Should be another thing somewhere close by here. Didn't see it as I went through, so maybe not. There's the Way Shrine. Goody. Now I can grab the quest.
We're done here. Agreed, you arse.
Here for his bones. Fine.
What do you have to say?
Hey there, traveler. You found us at an awkward time. You'd better talk to Lainey. She can explain better than me.
All right, Lainey, what's up?
Real rotten ruin of all the days. I'm sorry you had to see that, traveler. Our family drama is a poor welcome to Vashabar. Those two old timber pigs were our fathers. My beloved Clendigor and I simply can't get them to see reason.
Okay, so your lover's one's his father, one's yours. Second, I thought you were siblings and they were both your fathers. Nothing wrong with that. I was just curious why you were involving me in some sibling rivalry or family dispute. See reason about what?
We want to be married. And our fathers, trees take them, won't hear of it. You just saw the backside of an argument we've had many times. This was the last. Clem and I are going to leave. Start a new life. Can I ask a favor? I have coin.
What's the favor, and why won't your fathers let you wed?
They don't see eye to eye on anything. It's like they want to grind each other into bone meal. Long story. If you're inclined, find my Agawen Cyril and tell her we're leaving. We need supplies, and she might be willing to help us.
Agwen? Is that some sort of family title? Doesn't seem like it. I can do that. I'll find Agwen Cyril and let her know your plans.
Cyril's my aunt.
There we go.
She owns the beer garden at the center of town. You can't miss her. Ifray, the singer himself, must have sent you. Thank you, traveler.
You said your fathers want to grind each other into bone meal?
I'm slightly exaggerating. But while the language of my people is expressive and beautiful, we have no word for fundamentally disagree with to the point of violence.
What do they disagree on?
My father's a Green speaker and devout follower of the Green Pact.
Probably go up here
Clendigor's
to see.
father is an important envoy for King Nantharian's Dawnway. If they weren't so worried about appearances, they'd have punched each other in the bits by now.
They won't approve of your marriage because of their views?
They hated our match long before we crossed the River Strid and Vashabar was grown. But the last few months have been tense to the point of breaking. We tried one last blighted time to convince them, as you saw, and failed spectacularly, damn it.
Why can't you just get married? Ignore what your fathers think.
Ah, what a brilliant idea! Sorry. Perhaps where you're from that's an option, but not for us.
Without the blessing of our fathers, not a soul in Vashabar would accept our union. That's just how we are.
You don't have anyone else who could bless your wedding?
We've plenty of family friends, but no one like that. Oaken Burl. Clem and I both lost our mothers when we were young. It's one of the things that drew us together. We need our fathers to consent. Or we need to leave.
Can you tell me about Vashabar?
It's our newly grown home. We're a clan of wood elves, originally from Valenwood. We follow the Green Pact, but a number of us support the Dawnway as well. We crossed the River Strid when the forest of Valenwood extended into Westweald.
You said Valenwood crossed the river?
Depends who you ask. Some believe the Green grew the forest and led us here to establish Vashabar. Those who follow the Dawnway see it as a sign we were meant to reclaim the land of our ancestors, provided you believe we're descended from Aeliads.
You said your families hate each other?
I'm slightly exaggerating.
Okay.
But while the language of my people is expressive
Just what I've already
and
heard
beautiful,
before. What do they disagree on?
my father's a green speaker.
What's a
and
green
devout
speaker?
Follower of the magic weavers that speak to the green. We shape the living wood that make up our homes. It's an ancient art form, and I'm proud to carry on the tradition. Vashabar would never have grown without my father and his magic. Obstinate old Ash.
This village is called Vashabar, you said. Can you tell me about it?
It's our newly grown home. We're a clan of wood elves, originally from Valenwood. We follow the Green Pact, but a number of us support the Dawnway as well. We crossed the River Strid when the forest of Valenwood extended into Westweald.
What was that name you called your aunt? Agawen?
It's a family nickname for my Aunt Cyril. Agawen means something like wise woman. I think it's an old joke between her and my father. In kinder times, he encouraged us to appreciate our culture and use our language.
How do you feel about the Green Pact?
Most days, proud, actually. I'm training to be a green speaker myself, following along the leaf trail of my father and his father before him. Obstinate old grat oak that he is. I love him, damn it. I just wish he'd listen to me.
Okay.
Magic weavers that speak to the...
Try to help if I can. Glendagal.
Hey, thanks. Not every man or mer that comes up the road would help a couple in the middle of a family fuss.
How do you feel about all of this?
I'm angry. I just have a hard time letting it out like Lainey does. I was so proud to move here with the rest of my kin. Sure, I'd marry my beloved in this beautiful new village. But you saw what we're up against.
Is today the first time you spoke of leaving?
Not even close. But today's arguments were the last leaf to fall. This has gone on long enough. Lainey and I have been together for years, and we've wanted to be married almost as long.
Why didn't you try to leave before today?
Lots of little things. The season wasn't right. We were helping establish the village. Honestly, I think we both just hoped our fathers would see reason. But we're done waiting. It's time to act.
You're proud of Vashabar?
Ifra helped me, yes. Without my family's help, Vashabar would never have been grown. Why wouldn't I be proud? And we call the forest Dawnwood for a number of reasons. A new day for my clan, for Valenwood, even for Westweald.
How were these buildings created?
Green speakers, including Lainey's father, grew the village after Dawnwood covered the land. Vashabar's still a tender shoot by Valenwood standards, but it's expanding every day. From the smallest sprigs, grat oaks grow.
You're proud of the village, but you still want to leave?
We don't want to go, damn it! We're so proud of the clan, of this huge chance we took moving across the River Strid. But I love that woman. I want to stand in front of the village, pronounce that love, and drink Rotmeth till we're all sick.
Fair enough. Well, let's, I was gonna say let's see what I can do about that, but probably not much, honestly. especially with this stream coming to a close fairly soon. Just want to try to grab this note. There it is. Letter from Nothilas. Don't know what that's about. Don't want to read it on stream. I think I'm just gonna go claim, or discover rather, Singer's Outpost, come back, and then call the stream good there. Then we can figure out this family feud afterwards. Or next week or Thursday, whichever one I do next. Should have a clearer answer by tomorrow, but we'll see. If you want to be informed of that, or catch the update live, or as it goes out, probably best to check my Twitter. Otherwise, you can just stop by on Thursday, see if I'm live around 2 p.m. UTC.
Anything useful?
If I'm not, that just means you'll have to wait till next Tuesday, which I believe is the 29th. Or no, it's the 30th. Apologies. So yeah. Thanks everybody for stopping by. As soon as I get back into the town proper, like about now, I'm going to put up the ending screen and let it write out. Again, thanks everybody for coming by. To keep posted on any updates concerning a stream on Thursday, either follow my Twitter or stop by. Twitter is at SlendyBro99. Otherwise, stop by Thursday around 2 p.m. UTC. See if I'm live. If I'm not, you'll have to wait till next Tuesday, which is July 30th at 4 p.m. UTC, the usual start time. Have a good one, everybody.